In the crisp cold of Washington, D.C., millions of eyes followed Donald J. Trump's slow yet determined steps as he approached the podium for his inauguration speech. The man, once deemed unable to return, now stood firm with the pride of a warrior who had overcome countless adversities to achieve a historic victory and become the 47th President of the United States. Donald John Trump, born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York, was the son of Fred Trump, a renowned real estate developer. From an early age, he grew up in an environment steeped in competition and ambition. Fred Trump, a strict and demanding father, instilled in his children a drive to achieve extraordinary success. In this family setting, Donald Trump learned not only the art of business, but also the power of dreaming big and overcoming challenges. Even as a youth, Trump exhibited exceptional leadership instincts and uncommon confidence. At the age of 13, he was enrolled in the New York Military Academy, a decision by his parents to discipline their rebellious son. At the academy, Donald honed his resilience, developing a steel-like determination to lead and a refusal to accept failure. After graduating from the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, Trump joined his father's real estate company, but instead of focusing on the modest housing projects in Brooklyn and Queens, Trump aimed higher. He refused to be confined by the smaller projects that defined his father's business. For Trump, New York City was the grand stage where he sought to leave his mark. In the 1970s, Trump began carving out his legacy through bold projects. One pivotal moment was his transformation of the Grand Hyatt Hotel, turning a dilapidated property into a symbol of luxury in the heart of Manhattan. Following that success, he developed Trump Tower, a dazzling skyscraper on Fifth Avenue that became an emblem of opulence and visionary ambition. Trump's sharp business acumen and unmatched ability to market his brand catapulted him into prominence within the real estate world. The Trump brand extended to golf courses, skyscrapers from New York to Chicago, Las Vegas to Dubai, all showcasing a distinct style, grandeur, extravagance, and an unrelenting drive to push boundaries. As one of the world's most recognized real estate developers, Trump's ambitions were far from over. In 2015, Donald Trump stunned the nation by announcing his candidacy for president. Standing under the spotlight, with his distinctive hair and commanding voice, he introduced the slogan, "Make America Great Again." For Trump, this wasn't just a catchphrase, it was a rallying cry. He saw a nation grappling with job losses, diminished global influence, and societal divisions. To him, it was time for bold action. From the start, Trump brought a distinctive style to his campaign. He wasn't a typical politician. He wasn't polished or pandering. He didn't shy away from controversial topics or hesitate to criticize deeply entrenched political norms. He boldly addressed issues like illegal immigration, unfair trade practices, and the struggles of the middle class. Trump's position sparked a firestorm of debate. Some hailed him as a fearless truth-teller, while others derided him as divisive. Yet, whether admired or reviled, Trump indisputably shook the foundations of American politics. The 2016 presidential election became one of the most contentious and dramatic in US history. As a political outsider with no prior experience in public office, Trump faced seasoned opponents. Yet, his outsider status proved to be his greatest strength. Trump represented forgotten workers, neglected veterans, and small business owners fighting to survive. "I'm not fighting for myself, I'm fighting for you, the American people," Trump proclaimed during a packed rally in Pennsylvania. When the election results were announced, the nation was stunned. Donald Trump, with a resounding victory, defeated his opponents and became the 45th President of the United States. To his supporters, he embodied change. To his critics, he was an unpredictable storm. Throughout his first term, Trump faced fierce opposition at home and abroad. Protests erupted, the media criticized him relentlessly, and Congress frequently challenged his agenda. But Trump stood his ground, leading the nation through crises ranging from trade disputes with China to the COVID-19 pandemic. Though his first term concluded amid controversy, Donald Trump left an indelible mark on American politics. Yet, he knew his mission to restore America's greatness was unfinished. As always, Trump prepared for the next chapter, bolder, more determined, and more consequential than ever before. In early 2021, America was engulfed in a political storm. Donald Trump departed the White House after a tumultuous term, but the turbulence surrounding him showed no signs of subsiding. He faced attacks from all sides, relentless legal challenges, constant media scrutiny, and shadowy adversaries seeking to end his political future. Trump, once basking in the glory of power, now saw former allies turning their backs on him. Political associates hesitated to defend him amidst waves of criticism. Major newspapers painted him as a fallen figure. Yet, amid the chaos, Trump refused to show weakness. "I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here to defend America," he declared in a speech shortly after leaving office. His voice remained strong, his gaze fiery, challenging any obstacle in his way. Beneath this exterior, however, there was a quiet loneliness that shadowed him. The storm reached its peak when Trump faced an assassination attempt. On a Saturday, en route to a rally in Texas, his motorcade was suddenly attacked. Gunfire pierced the air, and Trump's vehicle shook violently. Security teams reacted instantly, shielding him and preparing for evacuation. "Mr. Trump, you need to stay in the vehicle. This is a safety protocol," a security agent urged urgently. But Donald Trump was unshaken. In a moment of decisive resolve, he opened the door himself, stepping out amidst the shouts and warnings from his team. Standing tall, he raised his hand to calm the crowd. His eyes were steadfast, devoid of fear, as if he sought to send a powerful message. "They can attack me, but they will never extinguish the spirit of America," he proclaimed, his voice resonating like a thunderclap, cutting through the chaos. That moment not only stunned those present, but also quickly spread across media outlets nationwide. Images of Trump standing firm in the face of imminent danger became symbols of courage and determination. His words weren't just a declaration. They were a rallying cry for millions of Americans. From rural farms to bustling cities, from factory workers to veterans who had fought on battlefields, everyone felt the fire of their leader's resolve. "I'd never seen courage like that. He's not just a politician, he's a true warrior," a veteran tearfully remarked while recalling Trump's moment of defiance. Those who once felt abandoned in society found new hope. Laborers, the middle class, and passionate young Americans began organizing spontaneous rallies to support him. These gatherings, held across the nation, became not just displays of support, but affirmations of faith in a greater American dream. Donald Trump proved he was more than a politician. He was a symbol of resilience and unyielding determination. Every step he took reaffirmed that no matter the challenges, he would never back down. In 2024, America found itself in the grip of a historic election. For many, it was more than a political contest. It was a test of Donald Trump's willpower and his ability to reaffirm the vision of a greater America. After years of upheaval, Trump re-entered the political arena with unyielding resolve. At his campaign kickoff rally in Florida, he stood before thousands of supporters, his voice deep and unwavering. "We have faced dark days, but America never gives up, and neither do I. We will rise again. We will be greater than ever before." His words weren't mere promises, but a blazing fire igniting hope in millions of Americans longing for change. From small towns to sprawling cities, those who once felt forgotten found renewed inspiration. Trump's campaign was unlike any other. He visited battleground states and ventured into areas that had previously turned away from him. His rallies, from rural Iowa to downtown Detroit, became symbols of unity and resilience. At a rally in Ohio, Trump stood amidst a sea of supporters, his voice echoing through the loudspeakers. "They said I couldn't come back. They said I was finished. But you here today are the proof that America never surrenders to any challenge." The crowd erupted into cheers, raising their "Make America Great Again" signs high in the air. A middle-aged woman, tears streaming down her face, told a reporter, "Trump isn't just a leader, he's the dream we need to keep our faith alive." The road back to the White House was anything but smooth. Donald Trump faced relentless attacks from his political opponents, ranging from media criticism to smear campaigns. Old allegations resurfaced, new lawsuits emerged, and even assassination threats loomed. One of the most critical rallies in Trump's 2024 re-election campaign took place in Pennsylvania, where tens of thousands of supporters gathered under a clear blue sky to hear him speak. Before the event began, his security team received intelligence about a serious assassination threat. The Secret Service urgently recommended cancelling the rally. "Sir, we cannot guarantee your safety. The risk is too great," one agent said, his voice filled with concern. But Trump, displaying his characteristic resolute demeanor, firmly shook his head. "The people came here for me, and I won't leave. If I let fear dictate my actions, how can I inspire them?" His words left the team with no choice but to maximize security measures. Secret Service agents were deployed throughout the area, yet no one could predict the imminent danger. As Trump stepped onto the stage, the crowd erupted in thunderous cheers. He appeared strong and unwavering, his face etched with determination. The familiar wind tousled his iconic hair, and behind him the American flag fluttered brightly in the sunlight. "We don't fight for me, we fight for America," he declared, his voice resounding. "For freedom, for justice, and for the dreams our forefathers built." His words ignited a fiery passion among the crowd. They chanted, "USA, USA, USA!" The air buzzed with patriotic pride. But just as Trump raised his hand to emphasize a critical point, a loud crack echoed through the air. Gunfire. The crowd froze for a split second before descending into chaos. People screamed, pushing and shoving to find cover. Secret Service agents immediately surrounded Trump, pulling him off the podium. "We need to evacuate now," an agent shouted. Trump, crouched behind a shield, remained unshaken. He looked up at the panicked crowd, his eyes filled with concern. Not for himself, but for the innocent people who had come to support him. An agent spoke urgently into his earpiece. "The suspect has been identified. We are taking action." Meanwhile, Trump stood his ground. "I won't run," he said firmly, his voice commanding. "The people put their trust in me. I have to stand with them." In a tense few minutes that felt like an eternity, the Secret Service neutralized the lone gunman, a would-be assassin determined to bring Trump down. With the situation under control, Trump defied the intense protests of his security team and returned to the stage. The stadium fell into a stunned silence. Thousands of people, many with tears in their eyes, stood motionless in fear and disbelief. But as Trump raised his fist to the sky, standing tall before the billowing American flag, it was as if the entire crowd was awakened. "They may try to take me down, but they will never defeat the spirit of America," Trump declared, his voice booming like thunder across a clear sky. The crowd erupted. They waved flags, screamed, and chanted, "Trump! Trump! Trump!" Tears of pride streamed down the faces of many. In that moment, Trump was more than a politician. He was a living embodiment of resilience and the unbreakable will of America. The image of Trump standing amidst chaos and danger, his fist raised in defiance, became a powerful symbol of his triumphant return and of America's enduring strength. That moment spread like wildfire across every media platform, embedding itself into the hearts of millions of Americans. His courageous act in that dark moment affirmed one undeniable truth: Donald Trump was not just a leader. He was a symbol of an America that refuses to back down, an America that continues to rise stronger than ever. On November 5, 2024, the nation turned to polling stations. From early morning, millions stood in long lines despite the biting cold. A veteran in Texas said, "I'm here not just to vote, but to protect the future of this country. Trump is the only one brave enough to fight for us." Election results were announced at midnight. State by state, the map turned red. As Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, the pivotal battleground states, flicked for Trump, the nation collectively held its breath. Finally, the result shook the world. With a decisive electoral victory, Donald Trump was officially re-elected as the 47th President of the United States. He had not only returned, but had solidified his legacy as a leader of unparalleled resilience, triumphing against all odds to safeguard the American dream. In 2025, Washington, D.C. radiated a mix of solemnity and electrifying anticipation as millions of Americans from across the nation gathered to witness the inauguration of Donald J. Trump as the 47th President of the United States. This event was more than a ceremonial milestone. It symbolized the unyielding resilience of a man who had overcome immense obstacles to reclaim his role as the leader of the nation. Under the crisp morning sun of a cold winter day, the crowd erupted in thunderous cheers. American flags waved proudly, harmonizing with chants of "USA, USA," echoing with pride. As Donald Trump approached the podium, his presence exuded not just the stature of a leader, but also the spirit of a symbol. Steadfast and unwavering in his commitment to American values, in his new term, Trump declared his intention to reaffirm the core values of the United States. His focus extended beyond the economic and foreign policies that defined his first term, prioritizing compassion, unity, and the shared responsibility of building a collective future. Trump emphasized that to make America greater than ever before, its people must first learn to understand, share, and unite. One of his most pivotal decisions was the selection of his new administration. Rather than seeking the most experienced or powerful figures, Trump prioritized those with loyalty, innovative thinking, and a willingness to dedicate themselves to a shared vision. "We don't need people who only talk, we need those who act, for the nation, for the people, and for the future of our children," Trump declared in a press briefing before his inauguration. His administration was a diverse coalition of individuals, ranging from veterans with tales of battlefield courage to young economists with innovative visions and tech experts ready to position America as a global leader in the digital age. Trump placed particular trust in those who had risen from adversity, people who, he believed, truly embodied the spirit of an indomitable America. At the inauguration, Trump stood with poise and determination, his gaze fixed on the crowd, as if to affirm his readiness to shoulder the immense responsibility once more. His warm, powerful voice broke the expectant silence. "We have endured dark days, but the light of the American spirit never dims. We will not just recover, we will rise stronger than ever before. America will not just be great, it will be greater than ever before." These words were more than a promise. They were a historic proclamation. Trump represented not just himself, but the voices of hundreds of millions of Americans who had stood by him to overcome the nation's darkest moments. Immediately after the inauguration, Trump set to work on his bold plans. Massive infrastructure projects, modernization of the education and healthcare systems, and strengthened national defense initiatives were launched within the early days of his new term. In a private cabinet meeting, Trump emphasized, "We must achieve what people think is impossible. Every person in this room is not just a leader, but a custodian of the American dream." His team, each member carrying their unique stories and missions, forged an unprecedentedly united front. Heated discussions and daring ideas continuously surfaced and were refined. Under Trump's leadership, the nation embarked on a powerful era of transformation, with every citizen feeling a renewed sense of hope and pride. The story of Donald Trump's return was not just a personal journey. It was emblematic of America itself, a nation that consistently rises from adversity. Trump proved that resilience and unity could conquer any challenge, that true leadership is rooted in compassion and a relentless drive to serve. Under Donald Trump's leadership, America not only recovered, but reaffirmed that greatness is not merely defined by economic or military power, it is rooted in core values, perseverance, compassion, and the unyielding will to rise. His new term was not just another chapter in his political career, it was a monumental leap toward a brighter future for America, a future where every citizen could proudly declare, "America is greater than ever before." If this story has touched your heart, we'd love for you to share its message by liking and sharing it with your friends, helping us reach our first milestone of 1,000 subscribers, which means the world to us and allows us to create more meaningful stories for you. Don't forget to share your thoughts about the story and let us know which city you're watching from. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in our next story.